Hello, welcome back to another Townie Makeovers video. We're here with my favorite Willow Creek household and kind of my first cast video of 2025. I'm going to be cutting down cast videos this year because I know my regular subscribers are not super into them, and it can be frustrating when cast videos get like way more attention than the videos that I spend so much time on with my Let's Plays. But I do enjoy making them sometimes, and they're a nice little break from working really hard. So we're going to be having a couple. Pancakes household is fabulous. Bob Pancakes is probably my favorite Townie. I don't know why. Just don't ask because I don't know. I don't typically care much about Townies. I don't befriend them in my games because everybody else has them in their game and everything has already been done with them, and I don't know. That doesn't really work with my playstyle, but so I don't really like get connected to Townies all that much, but I do have a couple that I'm like, I like them from afar because I don't really play with them at all, but I like them as separate entities. So Bob and Eliza Pancakes are a young adult couple who fight a lot, so they say. Bob Pancakes. Bob Pancakes. So through the video, I'll be calling Eliza Pancakes. I'm going to be calling Bob because I have tried recording this so many times, and every single time I just say Bob Pancakes. I don't know why, but I'm just going to stop. So Bob aspires to be a chef. He is in the culinary career. He is a loner, gloomy, and slaps him. He wants really nothing more than to make the best pancakes in the world and to stop arguing with his wife. He is based on Bob Newbie, one of the first pre-made Sims who were featured in The Sims. He likes the color brown, retro music, and cooking, and dislikes mischief. Eliza Pancakes is the mansion baron aspiration, which kind of surprised me, and it also surprised me that her only skill that she has is fitness. Her traits are materialistic, neat, and perfectionist. It's so funny to me that she's unemployed because she's frustrated with Bob for being a slob, bars, which I always associated with laziness. I thought for the longest time he was unemployed because, like, I guess it kind of made it seem like he was the lazy one and like the sloppy one, and Eliza was the put together one, but Eliza doesn't even have a job, which is fine. They are new young adults, so it's like, whatever, but that's just not what I thought. Looking over her profile, there were just so many things that I just didn't already know. The family bio implies that Eliza and Bob's marriage is an unhappy one. Their house also has 2 separate bedrooms that seem to be decorated for Eliza and Bob respectively, possibly implying that they sleep separately. That's really sad. That's a really bad relationship if that is the case. I'm a bit of a Eliza and Bob together apologist. I really don't know why. Again, for some reason, when it comes to these Townies, I just want peace. It's like totally not normal for me, but I just like want everybody to be happy in the Townie makeover scene. I don't know why. Maybe I should stop wanting people to be happy, but I like Bob and Eliza. There are somewhat similarities between Eliza and Betty Newbie. They have like names derived from Elizabeth, but Eliza and Betty are really not similar names at all. And there's not too many different similarities with them other than the fact that Betty Newbie is married to Bob Newbie, which is the person Bob is based off of. Their unhappy marriage, which I didn't know this, but their unhappy marriage might actually be a reference to the fan theory that developed during The Sims 3, that Betty's ambitions in life suffered as a result of her marriage to Bob, which again is interesting because Bob has a job and Eliza doesn't. Like, why would that be the case? I don't know. That doesn't really make sense to me, but maybe it makes more sense elsewhere. But their bio in game is poor Bob and Eliza. Have they ever been happy? It seems there's nothing one can do to please the other. Just what is keeping this couple together? Or conversely, what is the spark that will finally drive them apart? Sims seems messy. They just want everyone to be unhappy. And maybe I should be a little more like that because typically I am, but I like these two. Which, honestly, my entire opinions revolving around this family is honestly not very characteristic for me. Typically, I'm all dump him, but for some reason, for this specific family, I'm just like, I want them to work. I do. They aren't, like, terrible to each other at all, in my opinion. Like, we haven't gotten any memo that they actually have, like, done bad things to each other. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's a toxic relationship or if they're just like, I'm not really getting the impression that they're like cruel to each other or that their relationship is like super toxic. I just get the idea that they're going through a rough patch. So I was actually really upset because after giving Bob his entire skin detail, which is basically like the part that I spend the most time on, he just like randomly took them all off. He just took his skin off. I don't know why he decided to do that, but I left. I got up and I left. I didn't look at him for the rest of the day. I was mad. And I just redid what I did. And I was not happy about it, but I did. And they ended up pretty, like, I'm proud of how the makeovers went, so at least there's that. Every time I give these Townies makeovers, I think I'm going to hate them. Because when I start, I'm just like, I don't feel like these Sims fit my Sim style. So I feel like they'll feel out of place. And then by the end, I love them. So, yeah. I try to stay very true to what they look like. So hopefully I did them justice. I've been trying to for all of my Townie makeovers. I've been trying to keep them the same Sims, just upgraded just a bit with some CC. Now it's time for the headcanons part of the video. So when I searched up Bob, the second search result other than Bob Pancakes was Bob Pancakes. Oh my gosh, stop it. Pancakes trans. So Bob is trans. That is like my number one. Assuming this is a more popular thought than I thought it was, because I never had like talked to somebody who actually like thought that too before I brought it up. There are multiple reasons why I believe this. Number one, it's kind of a stupid reason, but it's also a really good reason. His main outfit literally has the trans flag on his shirt. Or the trans colors. I don't know if it's the exact flag, but it's pretty damn close. And I noticed this right away. But I don't know if it was intentional in the shirt's design or his design. But I'm thinking, you know? I assume that another good reason is Iggy. If you don't know, The Sims posted a non-canonical child of theirs onto the gallery. I assume the reason he was non-canonical was because it would frankly not be a good idea for Bob and Eliza to have a child in the state of their marriage, which is true. It also may have to do with the fact that toddlers didn't exist yet when the two were created, but we'll pretend that wasn't the reason because I like my representation and I like Bob being trans. Maybe it's because before the science baby option, the dude couldn't have a baby from trying for a baby. Maybe that's why. Obviously, in game, it wasn't set that way, but like, it's a headcanon, okay? It's a headcanon. That's iconic. And I like his design, even though it's like really simple and it's just a sim. I like him. So I have like genuine true hope for Bob and Eliza. I think they got married young, in college or straight out of high school, when they actually had similar personalities. Once they got into the real world, they each worked through life on different paths. They weren't expecting to be so different after school, because obviously when you're in school, you are in the same environment. You are going down the same path. You don't have very many choices when it comes to your life at that age. I think they find their differences attractive almost. That's what helped make them fall in love, but they don't know it. Like, the definition of opposites attract, because they knew each other, right? Before they got married. And my guess is they were happy once, and I think they can still be, because I like them both. I think that, like, not everybody is meant to be with the person that they end up getting with. I am absolutely aware of the fact that they could just not be made for each other, and that is absolutely fine. But I like the idea that they really did and do love each other. They're just going through some hardships, because I feel like a lot of people dislike either Eliza or Bob, which I'm not like trying to bash. I kind of like Eliza because I like Bob. And I think part of their relationship trouble is that they may think each other's lifestyles are hurtful to themselves. Bob is always telling Eliza to stop being so neat and uptight because he's concerned about her and thinks it's not good for her. Eliza, quote, nags Bob for his laid-back lifestyle because she thinks it's hurting him. In reality, they're just different people and different things work for them. I feel like I'm wrong. I feel like I'm being delusional, but I couldn't tell you. So we're just gonna go with it. I think if they were to realize that they are different people and that they're both doing well as the people they are, they would be able to work things out. And if they weren't able to, like, that's fine too. But I think couples therapy could do them well. And having to go to couples therapy doesn't mean that you are not a good couple. I don't know what it is about them. I just feel like they could really work. I don't know why I feel so much hope for them, but I do. And they're not long gone. I'm rooting for them. And I'm very passionate about these two, and I actually don't know why. But I love them regardless, especially after their makeovers. I just want them to be happy together, okay? When I went in-game and to take my thumbnail screenshots, they both got attractiveness alerts for each other right off the bat. And it's like, isn't that a sign? Like, obviously they're gonna be attracted to each other, they got married. But like, come on. So those are my thoughts. Slightly controversial and maybe stupid. Possibly stupid. I like them. And I hope you like their makeovers. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys some other time. Goodbye.